high 45. Clear tonight, low 30. 50% chance for showers tomorrow, high 42. Sunshine 55 on Saturday. For Sunday, partly sunny, partly cloudy rather, with a high of 55. And for Monday, rain likely with a high of 58. Overnight low was 27, yesterday's high 38. Current conditions, 97% humidity, winds are calm, the pressure at 30.18 and holding. Sunshine right now, we've got 27 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. And it's time for morning coffee.
Good morning.
How do?
Good to see you, my friend. And we have a guest this morning. He is somebody who's not really, he's a regular on the show, actually.
He's in to sell you a new truck.
No,
That's his goal for today.
He fixed my old truck, actually. So he knows that I'm invested in a 20-year-old truck right now. Sheldon Bunning, good morning.
Good morning,
thank you for joining us.
Hey, you're welcome.
I normally try to run through sort of the news of the day, and so let me just do that real fast. You're on Morning Coffee, by the way. Mike Dreeth here. You're welcome to join us, 842-3715. We're on YouTube. If you want to go to WFIW Radio channel, you can. I advise you to subscribe to us so you get it automatically every morning. All you have to do is do that on YouTube, or you can go on Facebook and follow the link. And, of course, we're on WFIWradio.com. We are multimedia animals.
And if you'd like to subscribe, you can send your tax-deductible donations to Mark Turner, care of WFI.
That's right. Make it big. Bobby Hull turned 79 yesterday. Remember Bobby Hull? Anybody remember Bobby Hull?
The Golden Jet.
Yes, and his son was the Golden Brett, if you remember. He had a 118-mile-per-hour slap shot playing for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Principals. That name ring a bell to anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Born in 1944, so she's getting a little long in the tooth.
But she's still looking pretty hot. Last picture I saw of her. Anyway.
3 books about beauty and skincare. She was born in Japan. She was an Air Force brat.
Really?
Yes, she was. Also played, of course, in Dallas. Stephen Stills, 1945.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he was with the Buffalo Springfield. Then he was the anchor for Crosby, Stills, Nash, and then every once in a while Young.
Mm-hmm. And had a little bit of a solo career, too.
Yes, he did. Rolling Stone said he was number 28 in the best guitarists in rock and roll. That's his ranking.
Number 28. Huh?
Number 28. John Paul Jones.
From Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. He also he does bass, keyboard, mandolin. He was with the Yardbirds before he got with Led Zeppelin.
That's quite a
yeah
wide range of music there. Yardbirds to Led Zeppelin.
It's a range.
I'm jealous. I can't play the radio, so.
This date in 51, NBC debuted Dragnet.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Jack Webb. That was the first one. There was an 8-year run in the 50s, and then it came back in the late 60s.
Really?
Now, who was his sidekick in the 60s? Harry Morgan.
Yeah, well, yeah, I thought you meant the guy before that.
No, I wish I was born in 57, so
Okay.
I mean,
I guess I could ask you guys who were the 2 actors in the movie in the late 80s that played the officers.
One was Dan Aykroyd.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember.
Tom Hanks.
I
Tom
don't
Hanks?
remember the
Yes,
movie hardly.
yes. Yeah, well, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I didn't think it was bad at all. Hamilton Watch Company introduced the first electric watch in 1957. Alaska became the 49th state on this date.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Ruby died in Dallas, Texas in 1967. Of course, what's Jack Ruby known as?
Shooting somebody.
That's right.
He shot
In the...
Lee Harvey Oswald in the basement of the Dallas Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
CBS
On
sold...
live TV.
On live TV. CBS sold the New York Yankees to a 12-man syndicate headed by...
George Steinbrenner.
For $10 million. That thing is worth, what, $3 billion now?
Yeah, it's worth a lot.
Pretty good return on your investment.
Not bad at all. Tony Dorsett, the longest run from scrimmage in NFL history. He ran 99 yards in a game against Minnesota Vikings on this date.
Played for the Cowboys.
Yes, he did. U.S. Postal Service in 1995 raised the price of the first class stamp to 32 cents.
Those days were back.
Music news. 1960, Bobby Darin, Della Reese, and Connie Francis performed together on The Ed Sullivan Show.
Okay.
The Beatles made their first appearance on a U.S. television screen It was a clip on the Jack Parr show. It wasn't live. Of course, we knew where they showed up live, right?
And, of course, Jack Parr would later host the Tonight Show.
Yes. Well,
it later became
the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was Johnny's predecessor, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yes, he was. I watched an interview between the two of them. What an interesting guy. Davy Jones announced to this date that he was leaving the Monkees. A black day.
He probably took the last train to Clarksville.
and then got into a locker.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of music news, I don't know if we can avoid this. Daryl Dragon dying yesterday.
The captain?
The captain and Tennille.
Oh, man.
Some of their hits, Love Will Keep Us Together. Well, it didn't.
Yeah.
Daryl got sick.
She gave him the old heave-ho after he got sick.
And he got sick. Now, the story is on this that she came back here at the end.
Oh, did she?
Just to you know.
Wasn't that nice?
Yeah. Muskrat Love, one of the great rock songs of all time.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Anyway, the captain was 76. Apparently a classically trained musician. And their breakthrough came in 1975 when they covered the Neil Sedaka, Howard Greenfield song, Love Will Keep Us Together.
You know what I remember about the captain?
No.
That hat?
Yeah.
And he never said anything, ever.
No. You know, he was a keyboardist for the Beach Boys as well. You look at all these famous musicians like Glenn Campbell, who played with the Beach Boys, and then Daryl Dragon was also a Beach Boy person.
I didn't know that.
So anyway, that's a look at today and what's going on. There's lots of other news that we're going to get to. What do you had a couple of things you want to mention. First of all, I got to know about you, Sheldon. Tell me.
A couple of things I want to. What did I want to mention?
Well, you had wanted to mention a couple of things you said. Sheldon, tell us about yourself real fast. I mean, people might not know exactly, except for that you're out there shilling vehicles, which you do very well. But what else? And you're very involved in the community, so that's good too. Tell us about you. Where are you from?
Well, I've laid roots here in the community, but several years ago, as I was a young man, I was left by my parents at the Grand Canyon, and I've been searching for them ever since. So.
Did you have to climb up and out of it?
No, it was just in a trash can.
Did you find any of the Brady kids there?
No,
okay.
no.
Because they were lost at the Grand Canyon for a bit too.
That's right.
Yeah,
they were.
Cousin Oliver, I think.
Yeah.
I settled in a beautiful place called Silvertown. It was out west, and then I've made my way across the United States.
Or
that could be the saga of Joe Dirt too.
No. That's Dirte.
Yeah, Dirte.
What? So tell me a little bit about. So how long have you been here?
I'm born and raised here.
Well, is that in Edwards County?
My father was from actually Wayne County, but really close to the Edwards County line.
Okay. Because Bunning's a very popular name over there.
A whole slew of them over there. Yes,
yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, why don't we? I thought you said you had a couple. I'll go right in because I've got.
No, I have a couple of stories. Okay. I didn't think I had anything.
Did you see? By the way, I mentioned yesterday about Uga. Uga is the bulldog that is the symbol of the Georgia Bulldogs. UGA is his name. University of Georgia. PETA's getting involved now because apparently there was a kerfuffle. You know what that is, don't you?
Kerfuffle?
A kerfuffle.
Is that the big word for the day?
You can write that down. The kerfuffle was between the University of Georgia's Bulldog and Bevo, the Texas Longhorns steer mascot.
Hook 'em horns.
He
and I think he about did.
Yes. Bevo charged Uga before the game, creating a brief moment of chaos.
Yeah, when there's a 2,000-pound steer coming down on you, I think
I got my money on Bevo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did the dog have red on?
It did have red on because it wears a red sweater.
Sure. There you go.
I mean, a bullfighter's cape's red, is it not?
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, that's
already he's teaching us things.
He is. Pete is not happy. The other thing that I thought was interesting. Now I'm going to be very delicate about this. Okay. So just follow along.
Okay.
Madonna, you know who we're talking about here, right?
Yeah.
Madonna, there's apparently a story. She went to a party New Year's Eve. She's 60 now.
Okay.
And she popped up at the Stonewall Inn, an iconic club in Greenwich Village, Manhattan. She performed a couple of her hits, Like a Prayer and the Elvis Presley hit Can't Help Falling in Love. There's a suggestion that she's had some work done.
Where?
In the posterior area.
Oh, in the buttocks?
Yes. That she's beefed up there.
Were they sagging?
Could be just a lift. It doesn't
Oh,
always mean.
okay.
True.
Well, you
implants.
guys know much more about this than I do, obviously. Have you studied this? Anyway, the point
More of a connoisseur, or amateur connoisseur.
We've studied her posterior quite a bit. We're experts on that.
Well, her rump sent the internet into a frenzy, causing social media users to give their impressions of the material girl and her backside.
Well, she is known as the material girl, so why would they expect her not to have some work done?
I'm just saying that was the news item. That was what came out of New Year's Eve. That and I've got to get into this whole drinking shots.
Hold that thought.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when a bomb destroyed the U.S. Embassy in Beirut?
This criminal attack on a diplomatic establishment will not deter us from our goals.
Secretary of the Interior James Watt chopped down the Beach Boys and their fans. The Space Shuttle Challenger went up on its maiden voyage and got a phone call from Vice President Bush.
We want you to know that you've driven the Beach Boys off the front pages of the papers.
John Glenn told us,
I declare my candidacy for President of the United States.
Gandhi won 8 Oscars, including Best Picture. And here's what the best new music sounded like. Songs came out together. But when? The answer and a little taste of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Save money on quality discount groceries found only at your Save-A-Lot store in Fairfield. Now through Saturday. Fresh broccoli or cauliflower, 2 for $4. USDA choice beef rump roast, $2.99 a pound. Assorted pork chops, $1.29 a pound. And 5-pound red potatoes, $2.49. Prices good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, West Main and Fairfield.
April 1983.
David Bowie and Let's Dance, the top song of April 1983. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Do you toss and turn all night or wake up stiff and sore? Does your mattress sag or have lumps? Do you sleep better when you're away from home? Experts recommend a new mattress every 8 to 10 years. Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City has one of the largest selections of Serta iComfort and Perfect Sleeper mattresses in the area for you to take a rest test on. Stop by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center Monday through Friday 9 to 6 and Saturday 9 to 4.
Let Dairy Queen help you kick off 2019. Stop in this month and get a 4-piece chicken strip basket for $4.99. During the month of January, try Dairy Queen's Blizzard of the Month, Reese's Outrageous. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter and caramel topping all mixed with vanilla soft serve and blended to Blizzard perfection. Need an ice cream cake? Dairy Queen will help you decide the perfect cake. Stop in at 1204 West Main Street. Open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Everyone is talking about the future these days. With help from me, Steve Thompson, and Country Financial, you can own your future. All you need is the right plan to get you started. The kind of plan that will take into account all the things in your life that matter most. I can work with you to put the pieces in place with insurance solutions to help secure a comfortable tomorrow. No matter what stage of life you're in, now is the time to start developing a plan to own your future.
Lights, camera, action. Time to return to Morning
guess I can
Coffee
try to
on the
sit real
station
still.
listened to, not just heard. WFIW.
Well, having some
All
problems with the cameras on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame you, Sheldon. It's your problem. You came here and everything was working up to this point. We got a call.
Yeah, we do. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hey, you were talking about John Paul Jones of the Yardbirds.
Yes.
The Yardbirds changed their name to Led Zeppelin.
So it was he was with them, but most of them came along and became the genesis of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, the basic core. I think there was him and Jimmy Page. I'm not sure.
John
who else.
Bonham.
Yeah. They just changed their name. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Thank you very
That's
much.
good
I
to
did
know.
not.
Thanks for the call.
I'm not.
Led Zeppelin's definitely cooler than the Yardbirds. I mean, if you've got to set them side by side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So I was.
So I did figure out what I wanted to say.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Lexington, Kentucky. The police department there is in pretty sad. They're pretty sad.
Why, how do you say that?
Krispy Kreme truck caught fire.
Oh no!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right in front of the police station.
Yeah. I think so.
So I think it's a wonder that somebody didn't go in there and try to save them.
Well, they did not try to save them, but there are photos online of officers being brought to tears. Thankfully, no one was injured when the Krispy Kreme truck caught fire. But some other police departments around the country, including New York,
right,
they are offering to send the Lexington, Kentucky Police Department some donuts.
Isn't that nice?
Including New York City. They're offering to fly some donuts out to Kentucky.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Police officers generally do not enjoy the donut
It's the
association.
coffee. Oh no, they don't. Yeah, they
Now,
don't.
here's
particularly
my
care for
favorite
it.
story. Was when I was in Texas, in a little town in Texas. There was a gambling ring, okay, and it was operated out of the back room of a donut shop. Now, how stupid is that?
Yeah.
Out front, you got the cops, getting glazed, and out back, you got bookies coming in and out. They got ripped. So.
I was going to say, unless they were, the stigma of being attached to the donuts, maybe they didn't go near the place.
Well, yeah, that's true. Or if they were in there, maybe they were on a sugar high or something.
It's not rightfully fair.
Sugar
because
coma.
Who doesn't like donuts? I mean,
that's true.
I'm a very big fan.
Yes.
So this whole thing about CNN and Anderson Cooper, he's the main anchor there, probably the most recognized person at CNN.
Isn't he the son of someone famous?
Yes, and I wish I would remember
some
that.
designer, isn't that right?
Could be.
Yes.
Like a Vanderbilt or a Claiborne or something like that?
No, it's Vander something.
Okay.
We'll have a caller tell us, I'm sure. Anderson Cooper became increasingly inebriated during the network's live New Year's Eve broadcast, and it was a plan. That's the thing that's amazing. It almost reminds me of the Johnny Fever episode on WKRP, where his reflexes got better as he drank for a police officer. Anyway, that didn't happen for Anderson Cooper. He didn't get better. He made it clear at the top of his broadcast from New York City, Times Square, that he was not a heavy drinker and would probably struggle to throw back the shots. They were shots. During the first tequila shot at 8 p.m., Cooper physically grimaced and coughed with disgust.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Oh, they gave up.
Okay.
During the, I feel like my lungs are scorched, he said.
Well, it is
just
tequila.
Yeah, it's just beginning, said his co-host, Andy Cohen. Cooper again squawked in pain during the 9 o'clock shot, screeching, "It's like burning your lungs."
All right.
Go ahead.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hey, I think he was probably. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think that he was probably related to Versace.
A Versace.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much. During the 10 o'clock shot, can you imagine this is sanctioned by a network? I mean, can you imagine? I mean,
it's different times.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about,
Well, I know 30 years
Irish
ago,
coffee for morning coffee. What do you think?
Well, maybe coffee and Frangelico.
During the 10 o'clock shot, his co-host called him out for being overly dramatic with his reactions to the tequila, and Cooper admitted he would rather have NyQuil. Okay? The 11 o'clock shot went down pretty smooth. Shortly thereafter, he joked that he worried that his co-host might try to kiss him when the ball drops.
Now, what type of shots were they doing?
Tequila.
Did he have the lime and the salt and everything?
No,
lemon and the salt and everything?
No, I think he just downed him.
Man.
What do you expect during the 11 o'clock hour? It's better than what happened on NBC, where apparently they didn't even see the ball drop because they were talking about steaming their parts.
Their lady parts.
Yes. So anyway, I just found that fascinating, to say the least.
That is...
I mean, it was common years ago, though. I mean, I've got the Johnny Carson box set at home. You know, you've got
I love those.
Dean Martin and all those guys with their Scotchy Scotch and all that. You know,
I got to tell you something. Dean Martin on that show, either he's a wonderful actor or he was lit up every time he showed up on Johnny Carson.
You know, I'm going to say lit up every time he showed up on Johnny Carson.
Anytime I've ever seen Dean Martin on a TV show, he was lit up. So.
Well, I mean, I think that was part of the act, though. I really do.
Could have been, yeah.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hey, Anderson Cooper's mom is actually Gloria Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. You're right.
Okay.
I know you're right. Gloria Vanderbilt. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for the call.
Vanderbilt.
All right.
All right, perfect. Yes. All right, so
now we know.
So the long and short of it, though, is I just find that who's sitting around in the pre-production meeting said, "Hey, I got an idea. Let's let Anderson get lit over the course of 8 to midnight."
That was Anderson and the Cohen guy. He was probably sitting there going, "Hey, we'll get lit up. What the heck?"
It was Andy Cohen who was the co-host.
Yeah.
He's from St. Louis. And so, I mean, that was...
well, that explains it. I mean, just explain. He's from St. Louis.
There you go. There you go.
Another Midwest boy causing trouble.
Yep, that's right.
They didn't... By the way, they're still having problems finding somebody to host the Academy Awards. If you'll remember, Kevin Hart, they went back and found a tweet from years ago where he said something that was not politically correct. Let's put it this way. It looks like I'm never going to get a chance, given some of my commentaries.
I have an idea.
Who?
Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. They'll do a shot every half hour.
Every envelope.
Yep, every
envelope.
For long, it's going to take quite a bit to open up those envelopes.
There could be a game involved. You could play at home.
Yes.
Every time Anderson Cooper
grimaces.
Grimaces, you take a shot.
You know what I saw in this? If you look at this is pretty interesting. They only pay $14,000 or $15,000. I know that seems like a lot to us, but that's all they pay for you to be the host of the Academy Awards.
But you get one of those bags.
And it's probably got like a Rolex and a Mercedes in it or something, I mean.
Academy Awards on the back of it. But I find this really amazing that you would pay that little, expect so much, and everybody that does it since Bob Hope and Johnny Carson hasn't been very good at it. Billy Crystal was good at it.
Yes.
Given?
Yes.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel was not too bad. Or did he do the Oscars?
I'm not sure if he did, but I know Dave Letterman bombed.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yes, I'm glad you got old Sheldon.
Yes.
In the studio. A lot of people here in Clay County is aware that he's involved with the Wayne County veterans and helps put on the parades.
Yes.
I think he helps with boosters, maybe clubs, but he does a lot of besides selling vehicles. But people here in Clay County, several knows. Been doing it quite a while.
Well, I try, and I thank you for the kudos there. But yes, I got a little upset on the lack of interest in our local veterans parade by the spectators, so I jumped on board.
And it was an awfully good parade this year.
Yeah, we did. We've had a better parade every year, so.
Right.
But there's many folks behind the scenes of that.
But you haven't been able to find a tank yet.
Yes, the tank is what I'm most upset about. I want a tank in the parade, but
I agree.
How about just an urban support attack vehicle of some sort?
Well, we could start there, but I really want a tank.
that'd kind of be rough on the roadway, wouldn't it?
Is it going to hurt our roads? I mean,
well, that's true.
This is Illinois, guys. Yeah,
that's true.
We're not too worried. They're not too worried about the roads. I don't know why they would worry about a tank. So
yeah.
All right, is Clifford involved in that with you?
Yes,
as well?
Clifford is the one that actually started it. I think they've done it. This was the 17th or 18th year for it.
Well, good. And so what else? This guy says you got a list. What other things are you doing?
Oh, I jumped both feet into the Masonic Lodge about, trying to add my head, that's been 13 or 14 years ago. And my ultimate goal there was to be a Shriner, and you have to be a Masonic Lodge member before you're a Shriner. But
okay.
My son will be 19 in February, and he was born with club feet, so they worked on him at the Shriners Hospital. So
that's the genesis of that involvement.
That's the genesis of that involvement, and it's a good cause.
Shriners do an awful lot of good.
We've got a good club here in town, and we've actually got a lot of younger guys. You know, if we travel around and do things, I mean, you get to a lot of those places, and the young guys like 73.
And you served. You're a veteran.
No, I was not.
No. Oh, wow.
Not a veteran.
And still involved with the Veterans Parade and stuff like that. Well, that's interesting, to say the least. And so, and that was from Clay County.
Well, it's I guess you guys do a lot. The veterans, the VFW here does a lot in the Clay County Parade too, don't they?
I don't know on that. Honestly, I don't. I mean, they invite veterans from everywhere to come in our parade. You know, it's not just Wayne County or Fairfield veterans.
The bottom line is, far and wide, you're known as somebody that does good things. And so,
I could think of a lot worse things to be known for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, I'm glad for that call, and also glad to know that it was Gloria's boy.
Yep, that is good to know. That is good to know.
So I want to tell you a little bit about what we've got coming up in store. Besides the fact that I was telling you about.
Oh, the Big Deal store, yeah.
Yes, the Big Deal store is going on. I just wanted to mention that real quick. Up in the upper right-hand corner of the WFIW radio website, you can click on the Big Deal store. On the Big Deal store, there are certificates that you can buy, mostly for at least 30% off. So let's say, for instance, you could get a $10 gift certificate from a local store that's participating. You'd really only pay $7 for the $10 certificate. So I just bought some for Murphy's up in Sisney, because we're going to go to St. Louis a couple weekends from now to get away, and we're going to go to the St. Louis Sports Writers dinner there. That Ozzie Smith will be there, Bob Costas. I'm really looking forward to it. But I had needed a Hound hotel, and Murphy's Pet Care up in Sisney is going to be where the hounds are going to be hanging during those 2 days. I'm using Big Deal certificates to be able to make that happen. So there's lots of opportunities. And coming up in a couple of weeks, on Saturday morning between 8:20 and 9 o'clock, we'll be premiering the Big Deal show, which will be a place where we will be trying to give you an idea of what's in that store, and we'll highlight the businesses that are a part of it. So I wanted to tell you about that.
Okay. You know how we always talk about food?
We do. We do love food. I'm very pro-food.
I am too.
Chef John Folsey.
Yes.
From New Orleans.
Yes.
Broke a Guinness Book of World Records last week.
What did he do?
Cooked up a 6,800-pound pot of gumbo.
Oh, my. Now, there's different kinds of gumbo, right?
I'm pro-food, but I'm not a gumbo fan.
You're not a gumbo fan?
I'm not a gumbo fan either.
I mean, normally it's
there's gumbo, which more or less is pretty much the same thing. I liken it to chowder from around here.
Yes.
And burgoo from down in Kentucky. It's very, very similar, just maybe some different ingredients. You know, you get down to Kentucky, burgoo includes squirrel, rabbit, roadkill, you know, whatever.
I think that's traditionally how our chowder is supposed to be here, though.
Yeah. So pretty much the same stuff all around. I think gumbo, you just throw some okra in there.
Now, I got to tell you, over on my side of the state, where I was born and raised, that's called burgoo.
Burgoo.
So, I mean, it's even in the state, there's different things.
Now, see, down in Kentucky, you always go on Derby Day. You always go for a bowl of burgoo and a mint julep.
To wash it down.
Yeah, to wash it down. Anyway, he started this gumbo about 3:30 in the morning, okay?
All right.
Had shrimp, alligator, catfish, crab, crawfish, or as we would know them, crawdads.
Right.
And oysters.
Wow.
Yeah. Served at the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl football game Thursday in Shreveport, Louisiana.
How much did you say?
6,800 pounds.
I wonder what that is in gallons.
A bunch.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Wow.
Remember all the chili that the fire department served?
Oh, yeah.
You can probably triple that, I think.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah, that's good chili.
Yeah. It is.
Yum, yum.
Anyway.
All right, so we
Gumbo.
got that from the world, and that was the record. That's
That's
sanctioned.
that is sanctioned. Yep.
All right.
I have some news on another world record.
Go right
that
ahead.
has been set.
I'd like to do one of them, but I'm really not good at anything. So
this one, well, you know what? I don't know that you necessarily have to be.
Have you ever
good
been?
at
Let me before
anything.
he opened this door, so I got to walk through. You ever been part of one of those crazy promotions where people come in and touch a car?
I have not.
You've heard of them though. Well, you've got a car. Let's say it's a new model Chrysler or Chevy, and people can come in and they can put their hand on it. I've heard of these before. And then you go on, you give them 10-minute breaks to go to the bathroom once per hour, and then you let it go on. It becomes obviously a news story when somebody's there for 4 days with their hand on a pickup truck. Have you ever heard of those in this region at all?
I have not, but I think the person that wins usually has the worst sense of smell, is what I would have to think. But I guess if you get down to two, you could get on opposite sides of the vehicle,
What's the strangest one you've ever seen? What's the most unique sale that you've ever been a part of?
I think the most awesome one was the Cash for Clunkers.
Yes.
The government-based program. But it was not for the deals. It was what we got to do with the clunkers after they brought them to us.
Like?
We had our own private demolition derbies down there. It was just, yeah.
I love it.
And then back in the day when on the original morning show, we put the phone out there and we blew one up on air. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I like it.
I like it. If only the government could come through for us again.
Yeah, I know.
At that moment in time, business was not real great.
Right.
So we had even more free time on our hands. So that.
Now, if I remember that program, you could
push
it
so
in.
much money.
Oh, yes.
For whatever you brought in.
I mean, you could. So people are out looking in the forest.
The fence rows, yes, everywhere.
Bringing in stuff that wouldn't fire if you spend a week trying to get the engine to fire.
Oddly enough, everyone that we had gotten in through that program, it ran and drove.
Really?
Yes.
And then for that, you got a set amount of money.
Yes.
That you could buy something else.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then after the program ended, you couldn't find a used car anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think that's neat, but I have to wonder. I don't know. There's a part.
I vaguely remember we were doing that, and some bigwigs in suits walked out because we were down in the old Browns building at the time, and I think they were from General Motors, and they caught myself chasing Jeffrey Black in another vehicle. We were running around the parking lot trying to hit each other.
So what ultimately happened to those?
It was the deal where we had a couple of salvage yards that were on board in the area that bought the vehicles. We were supposed to seize up the motors where they could not be put on the road again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I could do that for you without any.
There wasn't
any
very
problems.
many. There was not a lot of straight sheet metal left on those cars.
All right, go ahead. I'm
so
sorry.
the second Guinness Book of World Records, and we might. I mean, it's amazing what type of records they have out there. Let me see here. Daniel and Elizabeth Minton in Wyoming.
Yes.
Set a record for assembling a 2-person tent in just over a minute.
That's a Guinness Book of World Records?
That's a Guinness Book of World Records. Elizabeth told the Laramie Boomerang. That's the newspaper.
They wouldn't even
there.
talk to me on the phone when I played Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer for 18 straight hours.
Well, you didn't have, apparently you didn't have video, and you didn't have documentation.
I could have got all kinds.
I mean, they're pretty strict on this. But anyway, she said, quote, "We were super excited." Now, there's a quote for you. Anyway, all right. Guinness required them to put the rain fly on the tent and zip up the door flaps once both participants were inside. So you had to
build
put the thing up, get in,
zip it down,
and zip it up. Mm-hmm.
And they were husband and wife that did this?
Yeah, husband and wife.
That's the most amazing part.
Uh-huh.
People that build tents together usually stay together, Sheldon.
Yeah.
I'm just
Now,
saying.
the fastest time to put up a 4-person tent, which was accomplished by a team of 10.
Oh, come on.
How do
That
you do
seems
that?
like cheating right off the bat.
I think so. 1 minute and 58 seconds to put up a 4-person tent. Now, just over a minute for a 2-person tent.
You see, these don't mean anything to me. These kinds of records. You know what I mean?
I would say the guy had to have his wife on the team just because she would be the one to read the directions because we don't read directions.
That's true. I don't remember the last time I read directions.
Oh, isn't it sad? It's sort of, wait a minute now, for a moment. Where are you both on asking for directions? Has that gone by the boards now that we have GPS on our phones?
I ask Siri all the time how to get places.
Okay, but I'm talking about rolling down the window. Hey, mister, do you know where the high school is? Do you do that?
I've done it.
I've done it.
My
It's
wife
been a while.
won't do it.
We were down in Shawnee this summer and got turned around. We had a Jeep trip, and I had to stop and ask a local.
Yeah, because you can't, there's no cell service down there. You can't use Siri.
Right. Okay.
And he did not give me very good directions.
Well, yeah, because down in Shawnee, you get to, you go up the hill, down in the holler. Now, you take a left at the old Wooden Creek Bridge. Now, if you go past the White Church, you turn left at the White Church. If you go hit the off-White Church, you've gone too far.
I think I was the only one. Nobody else in the group were very reluctant to stop and ask directions. So we finally found
Were they afraid?
This guy was a little mountain manish looking. You know, I mean, it's not. I have facial hair. I was not afraid of him.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure he was taking a leak when we rolled up. I mean, and when I was sure he was done with whatever, but he had something where he was building and it had a wick in it, so I don't know he was getting ready to blow up. But
and automatically just bombs go to his mind. You know, had a wick in it. He wasn't making a candle, was he?
I didn't see any wax.
Okay.
I will put it that way.
I just want to preview. I'm doing trivia today.
Yes.
And the topic is potpourri.
Okay.
So it's a smattering of different factoids.
Is it a smattering or is it a slathering?
There's a lot of it.
I mean, because you can do a smattering.
Right.
But if you really want to go overdo it,
now,
you would
for a moment,
slather it.
I just want to say this. All answers are totally within the purview of me as to whether or not they're right or not. Okay?
Now,
I'd like to say that I'm the trivia master.
This
and
is
as
not
the
an
trivia
opinion
master,
poll.
No,
This
it's
is not
a right
your
answer.
opinion poll.
It's a right answer. It's a wrong answer. But
Okay.
I'm the one that decides whether or not it's a right answer or not. I'm just saying that. And you can be the same way when you have to do trivia, which you're going to do tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll have trivia tomorrow.
So this is pretty interesting, though. I think I've got a little bit of Fairfield trivia in there. As
Oh,
well.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
This is
All right.
something you should know.
All right, Sheldon, I need your cell phone number because I got to call you here after this break.
We will have an advertisement on with Sheldon after the break.
Google, the company that virtually owns every single move you make on the internet, advertises on TOC Radio. Geico, the insurance outfit run by Warren Buffett, does the same. Home Advisor, Hotwire, Hulu, Netflix, Angie's List, Zillow, Hotels.com, Amazon, Priceline, and Wayfair all advertise on Mass Reach Radio, TOC Radio. Those companies only exist on the internet. What do they know that you may not? Internet-targeted advertising is weak at establishing new customers. For new customers, they turn to mass reach media like TOC Radio. They know if the consumer knows you before they need you, you'll get the click more often. Internet advertising is a perfectly viable way to advertise. But if someone tells you to throw all your advertising on the internet, tell them you will. Just as soon as Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Larry Page do the same. TOC Radio. Mass media.
If you're looking for great Italian taste from a hometown place, then Mimo's Italian Restaurant in McLeansboro is the place to go. Family owned since 1999, Mimo's has been serving pizza, pasta, steaks, and other delicious dishes in a family-friendly environment. All dine-in meals include a complimentary house salad served with their homemade Italian dressing. Give them a call at 643-4820 or stop by Thursday through Sunday from 4 to 10 at 116 South Washington on the McLeansboro Square. Follow them on Facebook.
At Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics, your family's care team is close to home. But it's not just about convenience, it's compassionate, quality care. From routine care, vaccines, and DOT physicals to acute needs like disease management, x-ray, and lab work, Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics in Carmine and McLeansboro have you covered. Plus, same-day appointments are available and a Carmine walk-in clinic on Saturdays for those unexpected illnesses. With 6 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, maybe it's time to take another look at Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Sheldon Bunning is with us from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler.
Good morning, Mark.
He's live in the studio this morning.
Yes, a little different take on
the show. The big finish is complete.
It is complete.
Right? All right. What's the new stuff going on?
I have no idea.
No, really.
I came out here at 8. I have not checked my emails or been on my computer. I'm sure it's fantastic, though.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fantastic.
Now, okay, a lot of businesses are running clearance sales to get rid of the old stuff. Are you running a clearance sale over there at Le Mans?
You know, we don't have a lot of the 18 models, and every day is a clearance sale, but I'm sure we're going to have some big programs on remaining 18s.
Okay.
We've got a lot of incentives on the new 19s already.
Yeah, you know, we talk a lot about the GMCs and the Chevrolets and the Jeeps and the Cadillacs and the different models that you have out there and the Chryslers. What do you got on the lot used-wise that someone can get a good deal on?
Oh, we've got a nice selection of used pickups. We've traded for a lot of nice used pickups. I mean, most of the stuff locally owned, too. We know the history on it, but we've got a good selection of those. Sitting out there, some Silverados, a couple Rams, even a couple Fords, Brand X.
Okay. You're not chasing those around the parking lot?
No. That program's over with,
All
so
right.
yes.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the staff you have out there.
We've got a great team down there. Most of us have been there a while. I've been there about 17 and a half years myself. Dennis has been there forever. Gabe's been there forever. We've got Jeff Black. He's been there, I think, since 06.
Okay.
Matthew Rogers has been there. I think he's 3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
Hired Caleb Dunn. Caleb, good boy, too. He's kind of I don't know if we know what Caleb's job is. I'm not sure if he knows what his job is. He's like the IT guy.
Okay.
He's a little bit of everything.
He's
great service staff. I mean, the gals in the office are great.
Okay.
Aside from Teresa, she's mean to me, but
Jeff Black's got the best radio voice on your staff.
He does. He does. He's got that kind of that Barry White vibe going.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
You're right. You get him in here, we could record a few songs with him.
You could. You could.
Roll me in molasses, Mama. Yeah.
Karaoke with Jeff Black.
There you go.
From
Hey,
Le Mans.
there's a spot. We've got it right there.
There you go. We've got our niche.
Car karaoke.
That's right.
With Jeff Black.
All right. 412 East Main.
2 locations, actually, East Main and Delaware, since we're in between them.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can go either way. Yep.
And the website, lemansonline.com.
That'll bring up a splash page to both of our stores, and we've actually got a separate website for the Chevrolet store and then a separate one for the Chrysler, but our used inventory is actually placed on both.
All right. We have got trivia coming up. Thanks, Sheldon. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you, Mark.
Check that radar weather. Your Fairfield area forecast. Sunshine today, high 45. Clear tonight, low 30. 50% chance for showers tomorrow, high 42. Sunshine, 55 on Saturday. For Sunday, partly cloudy, 58. And for Monday, rain likely with a high of 58. Overnight low was 27. Yesterday's high, 38. Currently, humidity at 97%. Winds are calm. The pressure at 30.18 and holding. Right now, sunshine and 27 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looking very good as well. Nothing showing up in Illinois nor in any of our adjoining states.
This show amounts to nothing. And there's plenty more of it. Back now to Morning Coffee on WFIWradio.com and 104.9 FM.
Where we're all about nothing.
Well,
and that's what I'm going to say right now. Giving the power in this room, I'm thinking at least 8 right answers out of the 10 here.
8 out of 10?
I'm just saying there's some real horsepower in the brains here that could generate answers. So are
I
you
don't
ready?
know. I've always said that I'm a vast bank of useless knowledge.
Then this is perfect for you.
Oh, this is all potpourri questions.
This is potpourri, we like to call it.
You know, that could be our claim to fame. I mean, we've got mules, but what else is Fairfield? I mean, we could be the potpourri capital of Southern Illinois.
The friendly potpourri capital of Southern Illinois. Okay, here's the story on this, Sheldon. We don't bark out the answer so that we give the listeners a chance to be able to have an answer as well, not that they're calling in. All right, question number 1. This stretch of Interstate 64 in St. Louis is called the Jack Buck Memorial Highway. What was it previously called? You guys look blank. Also named after a person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So that knocked my answer right out.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say Route 40.
Well, it's also known as that. You would have been right on that.
I was just going to say it was the highway formerly known as Interstate 64. You know, like, it's kind of like a Prince deal there.
Yeah.
Yes, he's right. Tom Levine barks from the other room. The Mark McGuire.
See, I got
highway.
it right.
But they sort of decided that might not be a good idea after Mark, sort of confessed that he
juiced.
Yes. Okay. So that's that. Number 2. So you both did not get that. That's a wrong answer.
Now, wait a minute. I got it right.
No, you didn't.
I had a little help from my friends.
Levine is not a source that you can use. Number 2.
No phone a friend then, I guess.
None. None whatsoever. This is a pretty easy one. What was the highest temperature ever recorded in Illinois, in the state of Illinois? What's the highest temperature ever reported? It was reported in 1954, prior to global warming.
Do we know where?
I will say where even. Yeah. I'll even give that to you.
Not that matters. I just...
East St. Louis, Illinois.
112.
I was going to say 113, actually. That was what popped in my head.
Both wrong. 117. July 14th, 1954, East St. Louis. Wrong. Number 3. You guys need to, think about these answers. Here we go. This is an easy one for low-hanging fruit for Fairfielders. Okay?
All right.
Name the coach and the number of wins totaled by the Fairfield Mules boys basketball team in 1970 and 71. It is the most wins in the history of the school. Now stop for a second.
One season, right?
One season.
70-71, okay.
1970-71. The most successful from a winning standpoint. Name the amount of wins and the coach.
He's looking for help. I've seen him.
I am looking for help. And Tom's out there going, I don't know.
I was there from like 89 to 93, and I couldn't tell you how many games they won then. So
this was a sweet year, to say the least.
All right,
1970-71.
Yes.
Basketball coach.
Yes, coach and wins, number of wins. That'd be easier for you to start with. It'd be easier for you to start with. How many do you think? See if the caller has the idea.
Let's go to the caller.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee. Help us, please.
Would that be Larry Odom at 19 wins?
You got half of it right. It was Coach Larry Odom, but many more wins than that. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
All right. So we got the coach's name, Larry Odom.
So I can throw out a guess now.
Okay.
25.
Okay. Sheldon
27.
26, right in the middle between the two.
We were mind melding there, Mark.
26 and 3 is what the records say, and a regional title.
We were circling the wagons, Sheldon.
1970-71.
Or maybe the bowl. Maybe we were circling the bowl, I guess.
True, yeah.
All right. That's question 3. And guess what? Wrong. 0 for 3. I was over anticipating the mental power in the room. Okay, number 4.
Hey, we're consistent.
Yes, you are. Number 4. In which county does the Little Wabash River start? We know...
North or south?
North. Start, not end. It empties into the Ohio.
Okay. Start. The Little Wabash. Start. I think I have an idea.
Oh. I have an uneducated guess.
I have an idea.
All right, go ahead.
Sheldon?
Jasper County.
That's a good guess, Sheldon, but it's not right.
Shelby County.
No.
Okay.
See, I think there's a call.
No.
All right.
Not anymore.
All right.
Macon County.
No.
Effingham County.
No. The Little Wabash rises in Coles County near Mattoon and flows generally southward.
Mattoon.
I guess you always correct me on that because I always say Mattoon and it's Mattoon.
No, it's Mattoon.
Mattoon. Okay. It goes through Shelby, Effingham, Clay, Richland, Wayne, Edwards, and White counties, past the towns of Louisville, Golden Gate, Carmi, and New Haven. Oh, it enters the Wabash River, not the Ohio. I'm sorry, the Big Wabash.
You get a 0 for that.
Well, I'm just writing down here wrong. 0 for 4. This is great. Okay, here's a good one. This is something everybody should know. Number 5. What was Adolf Hitler's middle name?
Lee.
Harvey.
Lee.
Sheldon, you got any guess? Hey, I got to just say, this is a trick question.
He doesn't have one.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
He does not have one. All right, I'm going to give you half credit for that, Sheldon. It's sort of like Harry S. Truman. The S stands for S. Okay. All right. Well,
he probably needed one for political advancement, though. I mean, you probably have to have a...
No middle name
what
for
number
Hitler.
are we on?
Where Hitler's
Well,
was
number
technically
6.
probably not real political. It was more like regimist, or a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
Number 6. Name the fastest mammal on Earth.
Cheetah.
Cheetah.
All right. Yeah.
He
Fastest
blurted
mammal.
it out. He should not get credit for
Yeah,
that.
you blurted it out. You should be given. The cheetah is.
I was afraid you wouldn't ask me first.
Now, for a moment, this could be open to some debate. The sprint speed of a cheetah is 60 to 70 miles per hour. Some have been recorded reaching 75 miles per hour. You can blow a cheetah away with almost everything on your lot, can't you, Sheldon?
Yes.
Okay.
Almost.
The cheetah is also the fastest land animal alive. The sailfish travels much faster in the water, and the falcon,
The bird?
yes,
Okay.
can fly faster.
So, has there ever been, because, they had the Road Runner back in the day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been a car named the Cheetah?
I don't think so.
I don't think a domestically produced one.
Okay.
All right. Well, this
That could be the next new model now, the
I know.
Cheetah.
The Dodge Cheetah.
I'm writing down.
That just doesn't...
I think that the problem with that is it'd have to be orange, and people would call it the Cheeto.
Well,
Yeah.
the Road Runners were orange, weren't they?
You could get them in a variety of colors.
Yeah.
Had
So-
a cool horn, too, the meep meep.
Yep.
I'm putting right on number 6. Number 7. Somewhere in the United States, there's a place where you can stand in 4 states. Name the states at 4 minutes before. 2 minutes before the hour. We've got 3 questions.
I think I know.
Okay, give me the states.
Utah,
1,
Arizona,
2,
New Mexico,
3.
Arizona.
Nope. You missed it on the 4th one. You want to take a guess at the 4th one there, Sheldon?
Colorado.
That's it. You got it. There's the 4 states.
All right. So collectively, we got it
Okay,
right.
I'll give it to you. Utah, Colorado,
We got 1.5.
New Mexico, and Arizona. Name the cat, number 8, name the cat in the cartoon Pixie and Dixie.
That's before my time.
2 mouse characters in the Huckleberry Hound show. They resemble Hanna-Barbera's earlier, better-known Tom and Jerry.
Tom?
No, Mr. Jinx.
Mr. Jinx.
Mr.
Okay.
Jinx. Didn't get that. Number 9. What's the home address of the Munsters?
I think I know it.
Okay.
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Perfect. Excellent. Woof. Very impressive.
Yeah.
That's
Who
right.
Who let the dogs out? Me. Me.
Okay, well, here's the last one, and this is an easy one for anybody who knows anything about sports. Mickey Mantle's uniform number. Don't blurt it out. Mickey Mantle's uniform number from the New York Yankees. The Mixter.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
4 plus 3, 7.
7. You got it. There's your trivia for today. Potpourri. I want to thank Sheldon Bunning for coming in and being a part of this. We'd love to have you every once in a while, if that's okay. Can you fit it into the busy schedule of selling?
I'm sure we can make it happen.
All right, fine. Thanks for being a part of this morning.
Hey, you're
on
welcome.
Morning
Thanks
Coffee.
for having me, guys.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. We've got
Debbie Lake tomorrow.
Debbie Lake's in tomorrow, yes.
It's what you've been looking for. WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois, and WFIWradio.com, the news leader in southeastern Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City, where there's